Hello, good afternoon. This is David Sutter talking to you, and today is my weekly trade predictions for the upcoming trading week of February 7th through February 11th, 2022. Okay, and like always, I'm going to look at all the major Forex currency pairs on a 30-minute time frame, just so we can see what happened this past week, right? And then, using my new magnificent trend indicator I have here, I will try and predict what's going to happen this coming week. And we're going to look at some different time frames and whatever. But the main thing is here, we need to identify the trends and which way the market is headed. Okay, so now we have some different kind of different results for different currency pairs, and I'll go over each one here in a minute. But basically, overall, the US dollar dropped this past week, and then by the end of the week it started to retrace and come back up. But I think overall it's going to be dropping more in the coming weeks. Okay, for the moment it is starting to go back up, and the opposite holds true for the euro, Great British pound, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, those pairs. Okay, all the opposing major currency pairs, right? So whenever one goes up, the other one goes down, and vice versa, right? So to start with, we see here we have euro USD pulled up on the chart. Okay, and with euro USD right here, we see that it definitely gained this past week. Now you do see a red arrow over here. Okay, that meaning that we hit a very strong level of resistance. Okay, it started to drop, which is good, and then it retraced coming back up, and that's normal. Okay, and it very well could go up even higher. We don't know. We don't know right now. This is kind of a fresh signal. I'm on a 30-minute time frame, which is fine. But the thing is, get ready to sell. Okay, do get ready to sell. I feel like this will be dropping this week, at least the first half of the week, and then by the end of the week we should go back up. Okay, so all in all, I think we're going to see a lot of range of markets. I don't think the price is going to end higher than where it is here at this red arrow, although it could. You know, nobody knows to be exact. But let's look at some of the higher time frames real quick to get an idea of what's going on in the market. Okay, I'm going to show you the 4-hour chart real quick. Okay, so you can get a big picture of what the market is doing. All right, here, if you look at the 4-hour chart, we see we had a huge gain, and that's good. All right, it's okay. We had a big drop and another big gain. All this movement in Forex, okay, and I have no concrete evidence, no concrete proof, but from what I can tell, all of this is pre-planned. Okay, this is all staged, if you will. And the thing is, we know, based on historical data, what's going to happen. And we see it hit this high point before and came down and hit the same high point again. So it should go down. Okay, there's no guarantee, but if I take a horizontal line and mark that resistance going across, you see that? We know we're at a very strong level of resistance. Now if it happens to break and go further, then yes, it's going to go up even higher. And if I go out here to the daily chart, of course my indicator does not work on the daily or weekly time frame, only the 4-hour and below, which really is all you need to be concerned about. But if we look here on the weekly chart, okay, we see we have a support here and we have a resistance here. Okay, so if it breaks, it's going to go to here. If it breaks that, it's going to go even higher. Okay, so we don't know. We don't know the future, but kind of based on what's going on in the world, okay, the US dollar is kind of weakening. All right, yes, we had Non Farm Payroll this past Friday. It had a pretty good jobs report, but the unemployment rate did gain. So that's kind of a 50-50 scenario, right? And the US dollar is, I don't know, the US economy is not looking that good right now. Okay, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, I know there's a lot of news that's botched or whatever, but I personally feel the US dollar will be dropping. Okay, so if the US dollar drops, this is going to go up more. All right, so I think this will break. Will it break this week? I don't think so. Okay, what I think is going to happen is the US dollar is starting to go up right now, which would allow the Euro USD to drop. So like I said, Euro USD should drop at least the first half of the week, and then again come back up towards the end of the week or going into the following week. Okay, so I would be prepared to sell this week, but keep in mind that in the coming weeks this could go much higher. Okay, we've had a big long downtrend, okay, for quite some time here. Okay, we're looking at from this point, we're looking all the way back from June of last year, okay, and dropped all the way down here until, you know, December of 2021. So that's about a 6-month period that we had it dropping, and then it's just been riding sideways pretty much for the last couple of months. All right, so now we're already in February 2022, and it could continue to drop more, or it could go up. And if the US dollar starts to sink, then this will definitely drop. Okay, but again, we don't know the future. Okay, I'm just kind of guessing, but based on what I've seen in the market, when a lot of times when you think we need to sell, the price will actually go up. And I know you've seen that as well if you've been trading Forex for quite some time. There's a lot of fake outs in the market. Okay, so that's very important. It's very crucial to know that this could go much higher. Okay, now do I think it's going to go higher this week? No. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It's probably going to drop, come back up, and then eventually break out. Okay, I think that's going to happen. I'm not certain. Don't quote me on it. Let's move on to Gdp Usd. Okay, now again, we see this one did not form a red arrow, and it has 2 blue arrows. Okay, now this blue arrow is lower, so it did technically hit a resistance, even though there's no red arrow, which means that's not a very strong resistance, but it started to come back down and had a retracement. So it's almost the same thing we just saw with Euro USD. Very similar movement. Okay, but this one is showing to go up more. That's why I'm thinking the Euro USD also is going to go up more. Okay, I don't know, but if we go out to the 4-hour chart, I want to show you something. See here, we have this is called a retracement. The price is going up, then the price retraced and come back down. All right, now you see here the price started to come down here. We had 2 red candles here, 2 red Heikenasha candles to be exact, and then the price shot up even more. Now the price shot down quite a bit, so I think the price probably will continue to drop more, not that much, and then go back up again. So in the beginning of the week, we probably can watch the price drop a little bit more, and then we will see the price go up more probably around the middle of the week. Now notice that we do not have a red arrow on the 4-hour, any of these. Okay, they're all going to read the same, 1 hour, even the 30 minutes, which we saw initially. Okay, so the price technically should be going up more. And how high will it go? Well, if it hits this resistance or this resistance here, okay, that is what I'm eyeing for this to go, and I think that's where it's going to form a red arrow. Okay, I don't know, but I would suspect that would be the place for a red arrow to form. Will it hit that this week? I don't know. I kind of doubt it, but it is very possible, depending on how far it drops right now, and then it has to go work its way back up again. So, and also it's all dependent upon the US dollar. If the US dollar drops, then this will go up. Okay, so something has to go down in order for something to go up. right? That's just how it works in Forex. So count on the US dollar going down if you want to see this go up. But my best prediction for this is for this to, overall, the price will end higher than where it is right now. Okay, I can just about guarantee that. And yes, the price probably will drop a little bit more, but where it is right now, I would be betting on this to go up. So I would be looking to buy this week for the GBP USD. Keep your charts on a 30-minute or 1 hour time frame. You see on 30-minute, you already get signals to buy. So that indicates to me that yes, this is going to be going up. So I would not think about selling. Although you see we have a blue arrow followed by a lower blue arrow, same thing can happen again. So it is possible. So like I've always said in the past, keep your charts on a 1 hour time frame. Okay, look right now, the price is dipped down. So right now is not a good time to buy. What I would do is wait for a blue arrow to form on the 1 hour chart. That is what we're looking for. Alright, I don't know if that's going to happen. Also, you have a trend line here, I see, like that. Okay, oops. Alright, so you have a trend line here, and this is kind of just basic one-on-one Forex, but we're also looking for that to break out. If you go back to the 30-minute time frame, you will see that. Okay, we want that to break out before we go buying, and I just got a funny feeling that it's going to drop more before it goes up. So probably Monday or Tuesday we're going to see this drop some more, and then around Wednesday we should see it break out and continue up. Will it hit this green line? I don't know. It very well could, depending on market movement. So yes, you want to buy, but just wait for this to break out. Okay, do not buy right now. All right, do not sell. I would not sell right now. That's getting a lot of gambling. Moving on to Australian dollar versus the US dollar. Okay, again we see a kind of a similar movement. Okay, all these currency pairs are going to follow a very similar movement. The price gained this past week, like I said in the very beginning of this video, but we have a nice little pullback. Okay, it's starting to come back up again. Will it drop more? I don't know. Okay, it's very, very possible. And if we go to the 4 hour chart, let me show you something. See, it's almost a similar pattern we just saw a minute ago. Well, so the price has gone up, it pulled back. Yes, it might drop a little bit more, and then it's going to come back up. If I go to the 1 hour time frame, I was trying to see if there's a trend line. There's a trend line coming down here, but it's already broken. If I go to the 30-minute, yeah, we see that also. So this particular pair looks like a good time to buy. If I draw a trend line like this coming down, you see it's already broken. So that is what we're looking for right here. So yes, you probably can buy right now, although I would wait until at least like the London session on Monday just to see how the market is doing. Okay, I never place a trade when the market just opens on Monday. All right, it's not good. Okay, or Sunday if you're living in the US, but the market is just too unpredictable, too sluggish and slow when it comes out of its weekend slumber. All right, so be very careful with that. Moving on to Usdchf. Now, like I said, if the Euro USD or GBP USD or Australian dollar, even New Zealand dollar, these pairs are going to be going up this week. Okay, like I said in the beginning, they're probably going to drop and then go back up for the remainder of the week. First part of the week go down, second half go up. But the US dollar will do the opposite. Okay, so we see here, we see a pretty much opposite effect right here with US dollar, Swiss franc, Usdchf, and the price had definitely dropped this past week and then retraced and come back up. Okay, so we got on the 30-minute time frame, I got two red arrows. I got a red arrow followed by a higher red arrow. So what does that mean? That means that you should have kept your charts on the 1 hour time frame, because you wouldn't see that. No. But if you look at the 1 hour time frame, we see that the price came up, retraced a little bit, and came back up again. So it probably will go up even more. I don't know, but it is very, very possible. You go back to the 30-minute time frame, we have a red arrow followed by another higher red arrow, so we could have a third higher. It is possible. Excuse me. Right now, it's looking like it's going to drop, but what I think is going to happen, we're probably going to see it drop a little bit and then go back up again. Okay, and all this movement was on Friday when we had the non-farm payroll, and with the non-farm payroll we had a lot of new jobs added in the market, which is a good thing for the US dollar. That's why you saw the US dollar spike. We also had a gain in the unemployment rate, which is bad. So call it what you will. I think, I don't know, but I think a lot of those numbers are kind of inflated or manipulated. Okay, I don't really trust everything the U.S. government puts out. Okay, seen a lot of talks about the U.S. dollar crashing or U.S. economy crashing, but housing market crashing, stock market crashing, crypto market crashing. There's a lot of that happening right now. Everything's going down. So will the U.S. dollar continue to drop is a big question. It depends upon the U.S. government. If they put more, stimulus money out there, which don't look like they're going to do anytime soon, unfortunately. But I think the U.S. dollar is going to drop. I really do. So if you look at the 4-hour chart, what do we see? Again, we see a red arrow but no blue arrow. So we had a pullback here. It might go up a little bit higher, but it's going to drop. That's why I said the US dollar is going to drop long term. All right, we're going into the second week of February now, right? So yes, you could, for the Monday and Tuesday, I would probably expect this to go up a little bit more, and then by Wednesday it's going to drop back down. The price will definitely end lower than where it is right now, and I would be looking to sell. If you're already in a sell trade, you can keep it open and just wait for the next blue arrow to close your trade. All right, so hold on, just wait. Okay, do not sell right now, and definitely do not buy. Okay, we want to go with the trend. That's why I developed this indicator, so that you can trade only with the trend. Okay, so right now we need to keep your charts on the 1 hour time frame. I would look for another red arrow to form and then place another sell trade. Okay, if you already have another trade open already, but definitely look for a red arrow. Watch for this to go up a little bit more, probably right about here where this resistance is would be a good spot. Okay, and then drop back down. If you wanted to, you could actually put a sell limit pennant order right here just below this green line and catch that price when it drops back down. Okay, that's a tactic as well if you don't have time to be by the computer. So moving on to US dollar versus the Japanese yen. Again, we see similar pattern. The price dropped and then we had a pullback, right? So they came back up. Now we have a strong level of resistance, and most likely will be dropping, although it's not really dropping that much at the moment. So we go to the 4 hour chart, and again, I feel very strongly this will be dropping. Okay, so here we get a bigger picture of what's going on, and we had a big gain here, hit a resistance and drop, pull back. It's going to drop more. All right, we're going to see overall for the next couple months, we're going to see a lot of sideways movement, but I think overall we're going to see this drop in the coming months. Okay, we had if I go out to the daily chart, we see here we had a big gain. If I zoom out a little bit more, look at this. Now you get a real good picture of the market. This had been happening for almost all of 2021 have been gaining. Okay, so anything that goes up must come down eventually. So it looks like we've hit a pretty good, strong level of resistance here, and we see it kind of moving sideways. So what I think, and this is just me, I think it's going to be dropping, okay, over the next few months. Probably most of 2022 we're going to see it drop. I don't know, okay, don't quote me on that, but you see here in 2021 it gained, right, which is interesting. Okay, we had big long downtrend most of 2020, which was time of COVID, right? This was back when the coronavirus, COVID-19, first launched. Big drop and then spiked back up. A lot of market manipulation here, and everybody thought it was going to keep going up, and then it just died. And then here comes 2020, and it kept going up. Okay, into 2021 rather. Okay, end of 2020, beginning of 2021. So 2020 dropped, 2021 it went up. Now we're in 2022. We still got COVID, damn it. But guess what? It's time for this puppy to come back down. So that's what we're going to look at long term. And for right now, if you keep your charts on a 1 hour time frame, you see that it looks like a pretty good time to sell as it is. So I would definitely wait until at least a New York session on Monday before you go placing any sell trades. Will it go up any higher? I don't know. Okay, I think maybe it will go up a little bit higher Monday or Tuesday and then drop back down. But as of right now, it's looking like it's going to be going down. You see the price spiked up here on Friday, like I said, because of the non-farm payroll. This is a very fresh signal, so it could repaint and go higher. So do not sell right now. Wait until at least a New York session on Monday before you go placing any sell trades, just to see if it goes up any higher. All right, moving on to US dollar versus the Canadian dollar, our last but not least. I know you're sick and tired of listening to me, but that's okay. Looks like this is interesting though. This looks mostly like a sideways movement. The price ended almost where it began, right? So there's U.S. economy is not, U.S. dollar's not doing good, Canadian dollar's not doing good, so kind of a stalemate, if you will. And with all that, all those trucker and the protests going in Canada, I see a lot of that posted on Facebook. I don't really keep up with that too much, but thing to note about this lockdown, these protests in Canada, if all the truckers protest, then nobody's delivering oil or gasoline. So, and I can't blame these people. I'd be right along with them protesting. But thing is, you look at it from an economic standpoint, what's going to happen to the Canadian dollar? Canadian dollar is probably going to crumble, or it's going to have a big drop, which will allow US dollar to go up. Okay, I don't know, but again, the US dollar and Canadian dollar are kind of intertwined. Okay, especially when it comes to oil. So I don't know. A lot of the oil comes from Canada that we get as well, and we don't have no trucks bringing it. Then the US dollar is going to suffer as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But right now, it looks like it's going to be dropping. Will it go up any higher? I don't know. But if I go to the 4 hour time frame, we see here kind of a similar thing. The price is going down and retrace and come back up. So overall, I do feel this will be dropping. Okay, it might go up a little bit higher. If it breaks this resistance, breaks this high point, then it will go to the next higher high, which is right here, and you can expect another red arrow to form there on the 4 hour and 1 hour chart as well. Okay, I don't know. It is very, very possible for that to happen, but as of right now, it looks like it's going to drop. Wait until the New York session before you go placing any sell trades. If you have a sell trade open already from before, that's fine, just leave it open. because this will be dropping long term. Okay, just wait. Okay, that is the key to Forex. Patience. Wait. Yeah, you might have some swap fees. You might lose a little commission along the way, but as long as you, in the end, you're making profit, that's good. Okay, so definitely be patient on this one. Wait until the New York session before you place any sell trades. And I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. If you have any questions at all about these predictions, or if you want me to analyze another currency pair, okay, any currency pair, I don't care, just hit me up on Facebook. I'll put a link below in the description of this video for my personal Facebook. Please contact me there first. Also, I'll put a link from our private Facebook group where you can request to join my Facebook group and then ask any questions or comments in my Facebook group. All right, so that's it. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and just let me know I can help you. Thank you so much.